While hiking, this man took a short break to grab something to eat. As he reached into his backpack for his food, he accidentally captured this on camera.
Oh, well. Yeah, did you see the big tree break over there? It was a good snap.
In the top right corner of the frame, something or someone can be seen. It's dark, solid, and its posture doesn't match anything you'd expect to see out there. Even more unsettling, it seems to move slightly, suggesting it wasn't just a tree. Unfortunately, the man didn't notice it while filming, so he never turned the camera for a closer look. Whatever was out there remains a mystery. On May 18, 2025, Edward Healy and his son were hiking deep in the woods when something completely unexpected happened. In the distance, something moved. A large, dark figure appeared between the trees. According to Edward, it stood nearly 8 feet tall and had an ape-like build. He managed to capture it on camera, but like most Bigfoot sightings, the footage was shaky and hard to make out. That's why not everyone's convinced. Skeptics say it's just a person in a costume, while others believe it could be the real deal. So was this an actual encounter with Bigfoot, or just another elaborate hoax? Chris Reinhardt and his team from the channel Real American Monsters went out to investigate Larry's woods. Not long into their search, they came across something strange.
This is a good sign that they're visiting here. This is the same print as we always find. So it looks a little bit bigger this time. Well, it actually starts here. It's a long skinny thing, so we're thinking female. Yeah, I just noticed that too. That could be knuckle marks. See it? Like this. Knuckle marks right there. Boom, 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 boom. 1 foot here. Knuckle marks there. That's cool. I never found knuckle marks before, but that's what those are. And up they go. Up and out.
As they moved deeper into the woods, they reached the gifting site, and there they found more footprints, fresh and clearly defined.
Yeah, she grew.
It said something.
12 and a half. 13.
There. Am I moving the bucket for me?
6 and a half. Zoom in on it. Too much water. So about 13. 12 and a half, 13. Well, that was a failure. Or 6 and a half. Big time. Wide. So we're looking at oh, that's a good one. I don't know if that, yeah, there's a stick here. That's why it bounced back up. See, look at. So they stepped down in here. Here's the big toe. That's the same one as at your place, 12 inch, 11 and 12 and a half, 13 inches, the same one. Now the stride from heel to heel is 39 inches. So if it was me, this is the step I would be taking. I'm 6'2", you showing that?
Yep.
That would be the stride I'd take from this print to this print. You're not walking through the muck making these strides. So, those are my tracks over there. So, that was a good find there.
Determined to capture whatever was out there, they set up trail cameras all around the site. But the woods stayed silent.
With the trail cameras over the years, I mean, we worked so hard to get that interaction, and now it's just gone.
Was it just an animal passing through, or could something far more mysterious be roaming those woods? Late one night near Nakusp, two women were driving back from Halfway Hot Springs when they pulled over along the highway around 9:30 p.m. One of them stepped out for a moment. Then suddenly, a deep, echoing howl broke the silence. Startled, she rushed back into the car. Just seconds later, a large, black, furry creature sprinted across the road. It moved upright on two legs, too tall and too fast to be a bear. One of the women managed to snap two photos right after it crossed. They drove off shaken and confused, unsure of what they had just witnessed. While hiking in the Great Smoky Mountains, a YouTuber captured a strange, wild sound echoing through the trees. It was loud, deep, and strangely mechanical. As he kept walking, the sound came again. Some people online were convinced it was something mysterious, while others said it was probably just a bull elk. But if you didn't know any better, hearing that sound in the middle of nowhere would shake you to your bones. While hiking at Lone Peak Mountain, this person noticed something unusual moving in the distance. Despite the foggy weather and poor visibility, they spotted a figure climbing the slope with an eerie, almost effortless stride. At first, the hiker thought it was just another person on the trail, but the longer they watched, the less sense it made. The figure looked too large, its movements too smooth, almost unnatural for such steep terrain. They couldn't get any closer and only managed to record a short clip. Given Lone Peak's long history of Bigfoot sightings, the hiker couldn't help but wonder, was it really Bigfoot or just a trick of the eye? A dog stumbled upon a severed paw in the woods, and its owner quickly called others over to take a look. At first, some people joked that it might belong to Bigfoot, but most agreed it looked more like a black bear's. Experts later examined the fur and shape and confirmed what experienced guides already suspected. It was definitely a bear paw. A family was renovating an old cabin, turning it into a mill, when something mysteriously disappeared from their back deck overnight. Lewis, one of the men helping with the project, swore that whatever took it was huge, tall, broad, and incredibly fast. A few days later, while reviewing footage from a nearby camera, they spotted a massive upright figure moving through the trees near the homestead. When they slowed the video and zoomed in, the shape matched countless descriptions of Bigfoot. They searched the property and checked the cabin, but that uneasy feeling lingered, the sense that something out there was watching them. In 2012, a Reddit user went camping with their family north of Truckee, California. On the way, they stopped to take a few pictures of an old barn with a Sony CyberShot camera. Later, while going through the photos, they noticed something strange, a dark figure standing near the barn. They couldn't explain it and didn't remember seeing anyone there at the time. Some people online speculated it might be Bigfoot, but the user themselves thought it could be a ghost. A hiker snapped this strange photo on a sunny day in the woods. It shows what looks like a large primate sitting on a log, staring down at its leg. He said he took the picture so people would actually believe him, but he never revealed where it was taken. And while the image looks convincing, we have to remember, it could still be fake. Two people were driving down a forest road in the Baltimore woods when they started hearing eerie growls and movement coming from the trees. Curious, they stepped out to take a look, but the air immediately felt heavy and tense. Moments later, they captured something on camera they claimed was a bipedal creature, describing it as Bigfoot. In the footage, it's hard to make out exactly what they saw, but it was all they managed to capture. They were too shocked and too scared to keep filming properly. We'll probably never know for sure if what they caught on camera was really Bigfoot. The question is, do you believe them? In a quiet corner of Georgia, a man set up a game camera in his yard after hearing strange noises at night. He'd even claimed to see something moving among the trees before. The motion-activated camera faced his mobile home, and on the right edge of the shot, it caught something unusual. No name, no clear explanation, just a fleeting glimpse of a creature lurking exactly where the man said it had been all along. What it was, no one knows. In 2018, a woman in Boone, North Carolina, spotted what looked like a Bigfoot at the edge of her property, right where it borders the national forest. The photo she took shows a tall, hairy figure standing in her backyard, clearly visible against the trees. The sighting only adds to the ongoing mystery of the elusive creature said to roam those woods. A man had set up a trail camera in the hills of West Virginia, hoping to catch some footage of local wildlife. But on July 10, 2025, the camera recorded something he never expected. The camera captured a dark, bipedal creature covered in long, scruffy fur. It seemed to lunge at the camera before turning and disappearing into the forest. At first, some people said it was just a black bear, but others pointed out that the thick, tangled fur didn't match. And with West Virginia's rugged terrain and long history of Bigfoot sightings, many can't help but wonder, could this be the creature of legend? On the night of August 3, 2025, in Newtown, Masset, British Columbia, a woman heard terrifying screams coming from outside her home. She quickly grabbed her phone and started recording the encounter on video. It was her first ever post about anything supernatural, and she hasn't shared anything like it since. Many believe the eerie cry came from Bigfoot, while others think it could have been a wildcat, or maybe even a human. Whatever it was, it must have been absolutely terrifying to hear that night. A Bigfoot research team spotted a moving figure on a thermal app.
Like, oh my gosh. So we radio to the other teams, you guys need to get here now. We are watching a Bigfoot. I said, it looks like it's eating berries. And again, you can't see the whole thing. It's kind of in the bushes and it's kind of hunched over, but it's definitely humanoid in shape. So we're watching it. And at one point I said, I can smell it. And it smelled like sulfur.
Convinced it was a humanoid creature, the team gathered around and started recording as it moved through the trees. They even noted a faint sulfur smell in the air. But moments later, the figure stepped out, and it turned out to be Jeff, one of their teammates, wandering alone. His hunched, limping walk had created the perfect illusion of a creature. The team burst out laughing, feeling both relieved and a little disappointed.
You know, he's since apologized, and I said, don't worry about it. It's no big deal at all. It was actually very exciting. And it was like actually having a Bigfoot sighting almost, and seeing how we would react. So it was a good learning experience.
Though it turned out to be a false alarm, the moment gave them a real sense of what an actual Bigfoot encounter might feel like. 3 people were out at the old hog site on the Rosebud Reservation last December when they noticed something strange. A large, furry figure moving slowly along the stream near Highway 18.
I'm recording this person walking through our area. It looks like an older male, but a fluffy older male. That don't look like a human, Mom. It looks like it looks like, no, this person looks like he's really furry. Yeah.
It was completely black with nothing in its hands, and it disappeared into the bushes within seconds. Investigators searched the area afterward but found no footprints, no tracks, Nothing. Just old tree-cutting marks scattered around. The figure captured in the video remains a total mystery, leaving everyone who saw it puzzled and uneasy. A wildlife camera set up at a cabin outside Fairplay, Colorado, captured something strange a few nights ago. The motion sensor went off, and the footage showed what looked like a tall, dark, humanoid figure standing in the top right corner of the frame. No other animals passed by at that time. The shape stood upright, broader and darker than the nearby trees. Locals who've seen the image can't agree on what it is. Some say it's just a bear or a shadow, while others think it might be something far more mysterious. A Reddit user from Riverview Park shared a photo that seemed to show a figure standing over the water, something that looked a lot like Bigfoot. The post instantly blew up, sparking both excitement and skepticism. But given that the park is in an urban area and the user happened to have a background in digital art, many started suspecting a prank. Soon, experts and Photoshop enthusiasts took a closer look, pointing out problems with the shadows and reflections. What started as a possible Bigfoot sighting quickly unraveled into what now seems like just another online hoax. A couple from Sun Valley, Idaho, headed out to the countryside one afternoon to do some target shooting.
Nice shot. Let's see that again. What? What the hell?
In the background, a dark figure appeared between the trees. It stood tall and broad-shouldered, moving upright like a person, covered in what looked like dark fur, or maybe heavy clothing. Unlike a bear, it stayed on two legs, its long arms swinging naturally with each step. The movement was slow, steady, almost cautious, like it was fully aware of its surroundings. It could have been a hoax, or maybe just a person mistaken for something else, but the posture, the proportions, and that calm, deliberate motion make it hard to dismiss. While hiking through the woods of Idaho, this person caught something truly strange on camera. From the tree line, a massive figure emerged, broad, towering, and almost unreal. Its sheer size, combined with the smooth, natural way it moved, made many believe this might actually be the real thing. Of course, skeptics were quick to argue it was just a man in a costume or maybe a clever bit of editing. But the small details, the heavy, grounded steps, the subtle sway of its body, those are much harder to dismiss. While hiking along a quiet forest trail, this person caught something strange on camera. In the distance, a massive figure could be seen slowly making its way down a hillside. Its arms hung low, and with each step, it covered an incredible amount of ground, far more than any normal person would. From its size, build, and the way it moved, many believe it could be Bigfoot. Others aren't so sure, saying it's probably just a person, maybe someone in a costume. But for those who've studied these sightings for years, this clip feels different, more natural, more unsettling, and harder to explain away, too. A hiker was exploring in the mountains one evening when he spotted something. A large, dark figure moving slowly along the slope through the trees. It was big, silent, and unlike anything he'd ever seen in the wild. It walked upright for a few seconds before disappearing behind the trees. He only managed to capture a short clip, one that doesn't show much, but somehow that makes his story feel even more believable. He wasn't sure what he saw out there, but with so many similar reports coming from North Carolina, only one possibility came to mind. Bigfoot. Who knows? Maybe he really was out there. A man was spending a quiet day on his property when he started hearing strange noises coming from the woods. Curious, he grabbed his camera and began recording. As he slowly panned across the trees, the lens caught something unusual, a dark shape lurking deep in the shadows. It wasn't the first time he'd felt uneasy out there. Strange sounds had echoed through those woods before. Some people believe that whatever was out there that day might have been Bigfoot.